Hello, and welcome to Chair Chat. I am Joyce Doris Coleman, Chairwoman of the Memphis-Shelby County Schools Board of Education. Today is a special day because I have the distinct pleasure of speaking with District 3 board member and the Vice Chair of the board, none
Hello.
other than Miss Stephanie Love.
Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
I am fine.
Today we're going to talk about your role as a board member and what's going on in District 3.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Vice Chair Love, can you start by sharing a bit about what inspired you to serve on the Board of Education?
My kids and the community in which I was living in, I thought Shelby County Schools has taken their hands off of Fraser. I didn't see no representation of the Memphis and Shelby County School Board investing in Fraser. At the time, I was on the Fraser Neighborhood Council. That is a grant under President Obama. And we were selected in Memphis to take it upon ourselves and get the community where it needs to be.
Oh, that's awesome. So you've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
You represent District 3. Can you share a bit about your connection to the community and what makes it special to you?
I have lived, worked, and worshiped all of my life. I grew up in Millington, which is a part of District 3, unincorporated Millington. I lived in Raleigh and Fraser, and I worked in Raleigh before the stroke, and I still worship in Raleigh.
So everything is right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
They don't get you one place, they're going to get you another.
Yeah, yeah.
If they can't ask you a question
In the grocery
in the
store.
grocery store, they're going to catch you after church.
Yeah.
So you stand at the back door and take the
I
pastor.
am an usher at church.
So they're going to get you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're our longest serving board member. What has been the most rewarding part of serving as a school board member?
To see the smiles on the children's faces and our community faces when we invest in a particular area. The most rewarding thing to me is to pass a budget that incorporates learning and leadership and light bulbs and roofs and the things our kids need.
Yes.
To make their lives much easier.
And you're an advocate for everything that our kids need.
Yeah.
You are truly an advocate for the things that our children need. What are some of the most pressing needs or priorities you're hearing from families and schools in your district?
The facilities, teacher ratios, and the crime. We can't directly impact crime, but our kids come from crime-ridden neighborhoods, and our kids come from crime-ridden neighborhoods, and that is an impact on our academic success.
When you say it's an impact on our academic success, what do you mean?
Kids can't learn if they have been dealing with a shooting victim or a gunshot late at night. We have to get the kids focused and then educate them. A lot of teachers say that a child can't learn when they're hungry.
Yeah.
I can't concentrate when I'm hungry. I can imagine how a child feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they come to us with both of those. They're hungry and they're afraid.
Yeah.
You think about it, I've had to sleep on the floor all night because of gunshots and bullets.
Yeah. And I remember a story at Hawkins Mill Elementary where a teacher and students told me, I have to sleep on the floor every night in my neighborhood.
Jeez.
Bullets are flying all through the night. And we want that child to come to school and act like nothing
Nothing's
ever
gone-
happened.
Yeah. Our children are traumatized.
Yeah.
And that's one of the many things that I admire and I love about you.
Yeah.
You're going to fight hard for our
Yeah.
children. And you always say, I understand because I've been where they are.
Yeah. I have lived a rough life.
It's okay. You here now?
Yeah. And I understand it because I have went through many situations that most of our parents go through.
Yes.
And we live and we learn.
That's right.
And I don't know a single parent that wants their kids to go through the same lifestyle as them. I have 4 kids. All 4 of my kids, 3 of my kids graduated many years ago. This year is the baby graduation.
Your twin.
I didn't graduate from high school, but I want my kids to be better off than I was. I made sure I stressed the importance of getting a good education.
And it's paying off.
Yeah.
It's paying off. And now you have the second generation
Yeah.
starting going to school.
And I love them with all of my heart.
We know.
Yeah.
You're glowing just talking about the second generation, those precious grandbabies. What are some of the most pressing needs or priorities you're hearing from families and schools in your district? I did that one. How do you balance the needs of your district with the broader goals of MSCS as a whole?
I talk to everybody and I listen to everybody because it's not just about my district. I am the representative for my district, but all kids need the same love and care,
Yes.
facilities and academics and needs that my district needs.
Yeah.
We only have so much amount of money, but we can come to a middle ground when we all communicate and have the best children, the needs of our children forefront.
That's so true. What progress are you most proud of so far for District 3? Are there any recent wins or programs you'd like to highlight?
A new high school in Fraser. I have been working on that for many a year.
Yes.
I advocated, and I advocated. Every school, every community needs a new building. But I have been blessed in my district to receive a new high school. Not saying that the rest of the schools don't need work. I have been blessed to have a new high school in my district.
The Fraser High School.
Yeah.
We broke ground on it a couple of weeks ago.
Last week. Yeah.
We're going to watch the progress,
Yeah.
and you'll be the first one walk through the doors when the doors open, right?
Me and the students.
You and the students. You're going to lead the students in. How do you stay connected with your constituents? What's your approach to making sure their voices are heard at the board level?
They can email me or message me, or once a month I visit a certain number of schools and talk to the principal and do community events. I'm at most of the community events in my area. I go to the Fraser Exchange Club. I haven't been there lately because I am receiving services on Thursday. I go to Charlie Caswell's meeting.
Yeah.
I haven't been there lately.
You're going to get back.
because I'm receiving services, but I listen to my community. And although I listen to them, I'm always doing what is in the best interest of the students. And you may not agree with me sometimes. No one agrees with me all the time. But I have you to know I am doing it in the best interest of the children, and I have all my information before I make a decision.
All of it.
All of it.
You don't make rash decisions.
Yeah.
You look at every angle of
Yeah.
it. How does this? And what I like is you made the statement that you serve one district, but all of the districts matter to
Yeah.
you. So what's best for Fraser, you want to make sure it's good for Orange Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As a board member, collaboration is key. How do you build relationships with fellow board members? Because you're the longest serving board member we have. District leaders and community partners.
The board members, I listen to them and meet them where they are. I didn't come in knowing everything, and I still don't know everything. But I listen.
You know a whole lot.
I don't know everything, but I know a lot.
Yes.
I listen and realize where their mindset is, and I capitalize off their mindset. It's not about me. It's about we. No one can pass a vote by themselves. You only have one vote. It takes 5 votes to get anything approved.
Right.
And this is not I, this is we. Because it takes 9 board members to make the district go round. As far as employees, I listen to them and I question them when I don't understand what they say. And I have a right to question them. Because if I don't understand it, how can I go tell my community the facts, the progress, the life experience,
Right.
when I don't understand it? I have a great relationship with all of them, sometimes. I have a love and hate relationship with Tito.
Explain why you and Tito fight. I'm not going to say fight. Let me correct that.
Because he's the money man.
Yes, he is.
He's the money man, and Tito is a great asset to the district.
Yes, he is.
I can't take that away from him. And he does about 75% of the things I ask him for. It is always about the kids and the students. I have a hard time dealing with him about the budget because I want the best for all of our students. And he presents me with a proposal budget, and we have to go through and identify things that we have the money for, and the things we don't have the money for, they aren't approved.
Right.
And all kids need a building free of leaks and air when it's hot and heat when it's cold. And we are not a money-making machine.
Right.
We get all our money from the county commissioners and the state
Yes.
and the federal government. We can't make them give us any more money, but we are appreciative of the money they give us.
And you want Tito to get more money.
You said it, I didn't.
We're gonna stay on Tito till we get what he does, what he can with what we have.
Tito is a good individual,
But
but when it comes to the budget, he makes me mad. But I understand.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the important thing. It's not that he does not want to.
Yeah.
When we get to running out of money, we have to.
He does his job.
What are some lessons you've learned about educational leadership since taking office?
Everybody isn't in it for the kids.
Say
They
that
say
again.
they are. Everybody isn't in it for the kids. They say they are. But when the rubber meets the road, you can tell.
Yes.
I have had to fight for my district basic needs. And I'm not saying that the commissioners and the superintendents ain't in it for the kids, but that's how I feel sometimes. When I was a new board member 10 years ago or 11 years ago, I made up in my mind that I was always going to identify a school in my district and advocate for it, regardless of the conversations, the school size, or the zip code. And 10 years later, I'm always advocating for my district. And I don't apologize for it. My community elected me to speak up for them. And I don't have the luxury of being quiet
Yes.
about my district.
Your district is very important.
Yeah. All of our districts.
All of them are very important. And it amazes me to see how hard you continue to go. Knowing the history of what has happened, you don't miss a beat.
Yeah.
And for new and old board members, that should be inspiring.
Yeah.
That board member, Vice Chair Love fights every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Even when I couldn't talk.
Couldn't talk. She was writing notes.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do it for my kids and my grandkids. O.C. Lewis once told me several years ago, his kids can't marry each other. And he has done work in the Fraser and Memphis area all his life because his kids are married somebody else. And he told me his kids can't marry each other, and that's why he is so passionate about education. He wants his sons to marry the best individual. And when I go to a store and I'm standing in line, a person that doesn't have a uniform on and I can't identify them by the school colors, I don't know what their school life has been like. I don't know what their home life has been like. But you get a good education, you can benefit from that.
That's so true.
If you use it correctly.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And that's a problem. We have people that don't take advantage of a good education.
But we can do more. More needs to be done for our education. We can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. We're in the AI century, the era, and our kids have to learn the ropes of life now versus back then.
That's so true.
We need to do more for our kids.
That's so true. My final question, What message do you want to send to the families, students, and educators of District 3 as we move forward into a new season of learning?
As your commissioner, I don't have all the answers, and I don't get it right all the time. But I'm committed to getting the best education system in District 3 and working with the other board members in our district to get the best education possible. We may not always agree, but nobody does.
So true.
We're going to get it right when all of us put our heads and minds and hearts together for the benefit of our children. I don't concentrate on adults. I concentrate on children.
Yes. That's where the difference lies.
Yeah.
You keep we talk about the main thing.
Yeah.
If we stay focused on the main thing, and the main thing should be our children.
And it is hard being an elected official because everybody wants us to walk a straight line. We are human too.
Yes, ma'am.
And the elected officials have feelings and they have a family. That's what I want my community to know and all the other communities to know. Give us some grace the same way you would give an average day citizen. We are elected officials, so we have our position is at the top.
Yeah.
But we are human too.
Yes.
And we make mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to take this time to thank my colleague, my friend, none other than the Vice Chair of the Memphis-Shelby County School Board, Ms. Stephanie Love. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your knowledge.
Yeah.
It's so much we could thank you for. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your advocacy. Thank you for going hard. Thank you for just being honest.
Yeah.
As they say, do they still say keeping it real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for keeping it real. You know, I don't know all this. Thank you for being a support to so many of us.
Yeah.
Thank you.